Hello, welcome everyone. I know you guys are coming from different parts of the world. I have to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And we would like to welcome you all for this exciting session for today. And my name is J. Babu Gopal. I'm very excited for what's going on. And very soon we'll have our new version of the 2.0 app coming in. It's just a matter of time. And I know some of you might not be patient enough, and it's been a long time. I say the week, and we're still waiting. But all I ask you, be ready, be patient in the process. I've been involved with many businesses myself, and I know what's going to happen. And some people keep calling me, keep asking me, and that's the reason we are holding a session, because we know the next wave that's coming up. I can tell you, I'm in the crypto world myself. I know a lot of things are coming up with crypto.com. You know, I'm not giving any financial advice here. A lot of things are happening with crypto.com itself, and crypto.com is helping us. Marketing this project. So big things are going to happen. Without further ado, would like to invite our CTO, Mr. TWDawson, to take it from here. The floor is all yours, Mr. TWDawson.
Thank you, Jay. I just wanted to take this time to just thank everybody for their patience and thank everybody for all they've done up until now. I wanted to really take today and really just do a teaching, just to give some thoughts. No presentation, just some thoughts. And I got a couple notes here. I don't usually do notes, but I wanted to make sure that I came across in such a way during this particular time. If someone was to have $100,000 and you had the opportunity to sit down with Warren Buffett and ask him what would be the things that you could invest in with that $100,000, how many people will believe that they will become millionaires because of their having the investment, the amount of investment, and having the ability to have the wisdom of Warren Buffett? How many people will believe that? Most people believe, like, if you give me $100,000 and then you give me the wisdom of Warren Buffett, I can definitely make some real good money. But then we understand this right here. The reason why Warren Buffett is one of the best investors is because he's done something consistently over a long period of time. Warren Buffett made most of his money. He actually became a billionaire after he turned 50. He was already investing for 30 plus years before he made his real money. If you go back and study that, just look at it and find out when Warren Buffett really made it. So the point is that he was consistent and he had patience. That was the most important thing that helped him reach his success. So just having 100,000 and just having information doesn't necessarily make you successful. Albert Einstein is known for saying that one of the eighth wonders in the world should be compounding interest. And compounding interest is when you take something and you start to quadruple it and double it over and over and over and over and over. So when I asked the question to somebody, I said, if you took a lake, right, and you had algae in the lake, and every day that you doubled the algae, at what point, how many days, you did it for 30 days until the lake was filled with algae, on what day would the lake be half full? So if you take algae and you double it every day, what day would the lake be half full? It's 30 days, it's full. What day would it be half full? Most people, if you know the answer, throw it in the chat. But most people wouldn't think that it'll be the 29th day that the lake will be full. Think about what I just said. It won't be full. It won't be halfway full on the 5th day. It won't be half full on the 15th day. None of those days would even look like anything significant. But the day that it would look like, okay, we're getting somewhere, is on the 29th day. So again, we're talking about patience and we're talking about consistency. But the main thing that I want to talk about is building communities. Building a community is the most important thing that we can do. And if you want to be successful in life, not in Punk Panda, but in life, you want to start building your community. Building a community is not an easy thing. It requires time. It requires dedication. It requires a certain level of skills that have to be acquired by the individual. The people that are successful now in Punk Panda have built communities outside of Punk Panda, so they understand what community is. They understand what networks are. They understand what it means to be leaders. They understand what it means to help individuals get to their goals. And by doing that, they get to their goals. Now, this is something that we all must learn how to do if we want to be successful in Punk Panda. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this, the reason why I'm teaching this is because as I look at the chats, as I look at the Telegram groups, I see a lot of anxious people. I see a lot of people that came in for nothing, for free, downloaded the app, and received something because of the support that they gave us for downloading an app. But then they neglected the fact that in order to be successful in anything, it requires some type of dedication from themselves. It requires some type of cost from themselves. There is no way that anybody can get anything in life without paying a price. Everything has a price associated to it. Now, if you just want to download an app and receive a few tokens and cash those tokens out and be on your way, then so be it. That's not success. That's not what this project is about. That's not what we did this for. We did this to build a community. And with this community that we're building, what we decided to do was to share with them something that can possibly change their lives. Now, if that is what you're here for, then you have to duplicate that throughout your organization, throughout your community, throughout your sphere of influence. If we created a community, 600,000 plus, and that community is so that we can come together and change some things in the lives of those people in the communities, then if that's what you want, and if that's what you believe, and if you're a part of that community, then you have to duplicate that effort throughout. It's far too many people that don't have the right information in Punk Panda. It's far too many people that are asking the same questions over and over and over. Where's the leaders? Where's the responsibility of the people who brought them in to educate themselves and to continue to update them on what's going on? Now, at some point, it's not your responsibility. It's their responsibility. But as a leader, and if you want to be successful, then you have to understand that most people won't take that responsibility until they see something in it that benefits them. And we're not talking about 2 or 3 tokens. I deal with customer service. So I see so many times people are like, well, I have 5 tokens in my wallet. Fix this immediately, demanding some type of action right away. And I'm not saying that they're not important. And I'm not saying that those 5 tokens are not significant to them. But what I am saying is that it's a certain thought process to demand something from somebody who has given something that you didn't even earn. So in life, we get what we earn, not what we want, ladies and gentlemen. We don't get what we want out of this life. We only get what we earn. And if we're not willing to earn it or pay the price for it, we don't deserve it. If you go to a Coke machine, a soda machine, any machine, and if the machine says $1.50 on it, and you put 4 quarters, 2 dimes and a nickel in it, what's going to happen? Somebody put it in the chat. What's going to happen? Nothing. It's $1.50. If you put 5 quarters in it and 1 dime, what's going to happen? Nothing. You can put $1.49 in the machine and nothing still will happen. Why? Because until you pay the full price, nothing's going to happen. Everything has a price associated to it. So you have to make the decision today. What is it that you want? Do you want to be a part of a community that can possibly change your life and squander that opportunity by being anxious, by not educating yourself, by not doing the due diligence that's required in order to be successful? Because in order for this community to grow, listen, we are the avatars for this community. So if we start complaining and getting anxious. Anybody that comes in the community after that is going to do the same thing we do. But if we're patient, we're persistent, we're knowledgeable, we can articulate this concept in such a way. Anybody that comes in after that, ooh, dropping stuff. Anything that comes in after that, 1 second. I'm getting too excited over here. Anything that comes in after that. Hey, Jay, can you see me still? Because my screen went out.
Yes, loud and clear. All
right.
Good.
Okay. All right. Let me just get this off my screen. Hold up. Escape. All right. There we go. All right. Okay. I'm back. So, again, anybody that comes in after us will do what we do. Anybody who joins the Telegram group today will look at all the complaining, all the whining, all the non-information, people asking the questions over and over, not even taking the time to actually look at what's going on before they ask them. They'll look at that and they'll think that that is the culture of what we're doing. We are the ones that create the culture. We are the ones that decide what this community will be. And I tell you right now, we're at a fork in the road where we're about to explode. We have to decide what we want this community to look like. Us, you, me, leaders. We have to make that decision today. Because in the next day or 2 weeks, whatever, however long it takes, that's not the point. Whenever that happens, there's going to be a bunch of people coming in, and they're going to look at what we've done, and they're going to decide what they're going to bring. And guess what? If we're not solid on what we are, we can be overtaken by any type of idea. We can be overtaken by any type of culture. So we have to be solid. All right? Okay. Now, in a community, you have to give more than what you take. In order to build a community, you have to be willing to give more than what you're willing to take. The way the universe works, it gives more to the givers and it takes more from the takers. If you are a giver, then you're going to receive more. And if you're the type of person that comes in and just want to take, you're going to take and people are going to take from you because that's the world you live in. Again, I keep using this example. When you got 5 tokens, 20 tokens, 30 tokens, 200, doesn't matter how many tokens you got. And the first thing you want to do is go sell. The first thing you're asking is when it's listed. What are you giving to the community? You've come in, you've downloaded an app, and you received something. And now what you want to do is go sell it. Again, it hurts my heart because I know what it takes to be successful. I know what it takes to have some type of accomplishment. And that mindset mentality is not it. I got what I got in my life because I was willing to give way more than was asked of me. That's the only reason I'm even standing before you right now, because I was willing to give, not take. I don't even want that on my resume. I don't even want that a part of my mindset. What I'm telling you today, right now, is that you have to be able to give more than what is required of you and give more than what you take. That's a part of the community. That's what being a part of the community is. No different than having a dinner on the table and you're the one that comes in and just taking all the food and don't even worry if anybody else ate or not. It's selfish. I'm just gonna get all my tokens, get as many tokens as I can, and I'm gonna hold them. And as soon as we're able to list, I'm gonna dump them all off. Hurting the community. Now, did you build an organization? Did you promote the concept? Did you share this with loved ones and help and develop their? Because if you did that, the last thing you will be doing is wanting to go sell as soon as it hits the market. All right. The other thing is this right here. If you have the opportunity to do something for somebody that it means little to you, but a lot to them, do it. That's the type of person you got to be. If you had the opportunity to call somebody just to say hi. It doesn't require much from you, but it means the world to them. You do that. That's what community is about. That's what being neighbors is about. That's like shoveling your neighbor's driveway because you know that they're running late and you're out there already. That's what community is. Your neighbor, you came out in the morning and you notice that the trash is coming down the street. You're bringing your trash up. The neighbor's in the house. You see his trash on the side of his house. Why not just grab it and put it to the front for him? This is the mentality that you have to have when you're a part of a community. What can I do to add value to the people around me? That's what we want. All right? The other thing is this right here. You have to be what I call a micro learner. What is a micro learner? Now, there may be some people that are college graduates. There may be some people that have all kinds of degrees and diplomas and certificates and specialize in certain things, but there's a lot of people in our community that are not. There are not a lot of people that don't have formal education. There's a lot of people that don't have access to certain institutions and education, but that is not an excuse for the grown adult, because we live in a world now where the internet provides any information that you want. So you don't have to have a formal education, but I can guarantee you that you can spend 30 days, 50 hours, and learn anything to a proficient level. That is up to you. And again, we're talking about community, but the first step to success is building that community. And guess what? No one wants to be led by somebody who is incompetent. I'll say it again. No one wants to be led by someone who is incompetent. Leaders are readers. I get it. It's a cliche, but it's so true. You have to put yourself in a position to know more. You have to put yourself in a position to acquire the information that it requires in this new age. Okay, yes, it's simple. Download the app. Get the tokens, share it to your friend, but it's more than that. You know how many people are going to download this app and not see success? You know how many people are going to download this app and still be in the same situation that they're in today, next year? Because they're not willing to pay a price. The price is education. The price is discipline. The price is consistency. The price is whatever it takes for you to build a community and have a group of people trust you with their future. Are you that person? Can you become that person? Yes, you can, but it requires something. And listen, I wouldn't tell you these things if I didn't love you. My heart is smitten because I see so many people just not getting it. And once I know what it takes. I know what it takes across so many boundaries. I understand what it takes. And so what it takes is just you getting out of your own way. Whatever that means to you. For some, it may be education. For others, it may be an attitude. For others, it might be laziness. For others, it might be patience. It might be diligence. It might be loyalty. It might be trustworthiness. But whatever it is, it's a price that only you can pay. Are you willing to pay it? So I wrote some things down here. Let's see. I got a couple of things. I want to talk about that, but I want to before I get into the things that I wrote down, adding to what I'm saying now is out of the things that I'm talking about, mindfulness. I understand that it requires mindfulness. What I mean by mindfulness, some people look at it as meditation. Some people look at it as yoga. Some people look at it as working out, relaxation. Jay and I was joking and saying every time we see John, he's always walking. And in my mind, I said, that's how he relaxes. That's how he gets his thoughts out. It takes something, mindfulness, to clear your thoughts, to get past all the stuff that's going on every day. Every day we're on Instagram, we're on all these social medias, we're doing it. You have to find a way to clear your mind. Because once you clear your mind will automatically tell you what you need. It'll tell you what you require. It'll tell you what's next. Some people meditate, some people pray, some people do all kinds of other things, but whatever that is, and it doesn't mean sitting here, it doesn't mean that. It just means whatever it requires for you to get the clock out so you can get focused. It's so important. Mindfulness is so important. So you have to master your mind. Because see, guess what? I'm going to tell you, again, it's going back to what is causing me to have this message right here. Right now, we're in a space in Punk Panda where we're waiting. And we've all heard the saying, an idle mind is what? Put it in the comments. It's a devil's workshop. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. So again, nothing's going on. We can't just hear that. So, is this happening? Maybe this is happening. All kinds of stuff. So then the question is this right here. Everything that we've shown you as leadership, everything that we've shown you as corporate, everything that we've shown you goes out the window because time has caused you to start questioning. There's nothing that we've done to give you the impression that this project is not what we believe it's going to be, what we say it's going to be, and what we're preparing it to be. And you know that. And I'm not here to toot no horns for corporate. I'm just merely saying is that, again, we haven't given you any reason to doubt. We've been transparent, we've been upfront, we've been trustworthy, we've to the best of our ability, I'll say that. And so anytime question comes in, it's because of your own issues. It's your own issues that's causing these things to occur. So you have to fix that in your mind. And patience. I'll say this right here. Patience, again, the reason why I brought up Warren Buffett in the beginning is because he could have stopped investing in 20 years. Why does my screen keep doing this? He could have stopped investing in his first 20 years, right? And he would have never made it to where he's at now. He would have never made it because of patience. He grew his money after he turned 50. How many people are willing to work and work and work and work and work and don't see the result? And then one glorious day, on the 29th day, all of a sudden you start to see, oh, wow, this is happening. Oh, wow, this is going. Oh, wow, this is actually happening. But what in life doesn't work that way? When you were a child, you wanted to be an adult like that, but you had to go through the process. Unfortunately, we got a linear time span here where you got, in order to get to tomorrow, you got to get past today. Unfortunately, that's the time space continuum. That's what we live in. We can't skip till tomorrow. We have to deal with today. And so what are you doing today to prepare yourself for tomorrow? That's the most important thing. All right. So I don't want to be long. I've been talking my butt off, but I want to get into a couple things, and I'm just going to breeze through these, and maybe one day I'll come back and hammer them down and give you some more with this. But community. We're in a community. This is what we're doing. We decided to build a community, and the most important thing about the community is values and culture. As corporate, our values are to be transparent. Our values are to be people-driven. Our values to be aware. Our values are to be to give to the community more than what we take from the community. Our values is to be responsible for bringing more people to cryptocurrency than any other company, because we understand how cryptocurrency can actually help the world. Albert says it all the time. He remember just being in, I believe it was Philippines or Malaysia, one of those countries, it was Malaysia, and how some of the workers would spend all week making $15 and then would have to send money. And they were getting charged $6 and $7 just to send $15, being taken advantage of. And then he saw how doing that in cryptocurrency can save them so much money. What would cost them half of their week's pay would cost them fractions of a cent. And he knew that's what he wanted to do. That's the CEO. That's the type of man we have leading us. These are the values that we have. Even now, you go to Albert's page, you're seeing him do stuff for his community, feeding the people in his community, building basketball courts, doing all kinds of things. This is our CEO. This is the mastermind of this whole project. This is what we believe in. If there was ever a time for me to have a doubt, all I would have to do is go back to the 15 years that I've known Albert, and he's shown me nothing for me to ever doubt. And that's what you want on your resume. But it starts now. He can't get 15 years on his resume in 15 minutes. It doesn't work like that. So the sooner you start paying the price, the sooner you start, then you'll have a community that follow you and won't waver because they understand the caliber of person you are. They understand your culture, they understand your values. That's important. A community has a certain kind of culture, right? Okay, I got the message. A community has a certain amount of culture. A community also has colors, symbols, and actions. So if you're a part of a program like a sports team, like I like Notre Dame football. So it's a golden helmet, a golden dome helmet. It's a symbol of purity, whatever. We have those things. We have our pandas. These are a part of our colors. These are part of our symbols. And the actions that we teach is to share. Use it, share it, and own it. That's what a part of our culture, excuse me, our symbols and our colors are, all right? And that's what our community is based off of, all right? And we have to educate others for what these things mean. You have to, in order to build, so now what I'm talking about is this right here, two different communities. I'm talking about the community that PunkPanda is building, and I'm talking about the community that you're building. Two separate communities, they're all one. But if you want to benefit from this project, you have to duplicate what we're actually doing. All right? Okay. So in a community, you want to make your people feel special. I'm going to speak specifically to you guys. All right? Building your community, you have to make your people feel special. How do you do that? Well, you care about them, number one. You understand that in order to get where you have to go, you have to find a way. Listen to what I said. Find a way to help them get to what they want. And that's going to make people feel special because you're accessible to them. All right? And you have to accept them without judgment. There's some people that I'm finding out can't read in our community. And that's where we're having some of the issues. Now, there's a language barrier in our community because it's global. And then there's some people that just can't really read. And we can't judge those people because we don't know what their circumstances are. A man that can't read, but that has been working since he was 7 to feed his family is more honorable than a man that can read and has been sitting on the couch all his life. So we can't judge that man for not being able to read. Reading was the last thing it was not important for what he needed to do in his life. So we can't judge people for that, all right? And that's what a part of being a community is, welcoming people no matter where they're from, what their religions, what their ideas are, as long as they believe the same thing we believe, as long as they have the same mission that we have, we're all one. We all want one thing. And if you don't know what it is, I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's freedom. That's the most important thing. And what I wanna do right now is I'm going to pause. I think I might have somebody up here that I want to speak. Let's see. I'm going to take a little break. Let's see. Yes, sir. I see you, sir. Frank, you there? I know you were just traveling. You just made it back. So if you can, just come on and give me a break while you just share with us for a second, right?
TW, I'm here, buddy. I'm here. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I just gassed up in Golden to get some internet, and I just, I pulled over and to listen to you speak about community and the people, and it's what we do. So powerful, my friend. This is just a great project, and I can't support you 100% on everything you just said, because those are my beliefs. It starts within. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the product. We create the narrative, and that's what we got to do, is create the narrative. And you know what? We just got to be patient. It's totally out of our hands. I missed the start of your call, but I'm sure you talked about everything's in place. We just got to be patient. It's in the hands of the iOS and Play Store, and we're just ready for a phenomenal ride. We have our, coins are going to be launched on the 15th. I spoke to Albert yesterday. He is just chewing his nails. He wants it worse than all of us. We got to understand that. We got to be patient. We got something very, very special in our hands, and we just got to stay absolutely look in the mirror. What are you doing to share this? What are you doing preparing for such a great ride and a great future? TW, I just appreciate everything you're doing, and the message that you're sending out there is absolutely 100%. And all I could say to you pandas out there, man, just get ready for a great ride. You know what? Join us, man. It's just going to be a special ride. Thanks, TW.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. And I know that you're traveling, and I know that you're been working so hard. So whatever break you needed it, and I understand that. What I want to do is just kind of run through some things real quick, and we're going to end it off. We're not going to be here long. I don't like things to be real long. You know how I am. But in order to build a community, you have to build trust. Trust. And that's going in line of what we're talking about, being transparent, updating your people. See, again, corporate is showing you what we're doing. You duplicate those things, all right? That's the most important thing in duplicating what we're doing. Be transparent. Be knowledgeable. If you don't know something, say, I don't know. How many times leaders call me and said, hey, TW, what do you think? I don't know. I'll find out, but I don't know. I'm not going to just blow smoke up their butts just because I want to seem like I know everything. That's not what I do. All right. So building a community is about trust. And once you cross that line of trust, it's hard to get back. It only takes one thing for somebody not to trust you. All right. And you don't want that. All right. So building community is about building trust. Consistency is the key. And the consistency is the actions that we do. Building a community requires consistency. Again, if you build a community and if you actually do the work, the returns on your community are going to be 10, 100, 100-fold. And the reason why is because it requires so much work in the beginning. All right? It requires so much work in the beginning. And that type of work, you will only see the benefit of that work after it's built. Think about it like this. Where does the community start? The community starts with your idea in your head. Something that you believe in. Something that you're willing to fight for. Something that you're willing to voice without fear of contradiction. Something that you believe in deep down inside that you can go out and say, I'm proud to represent this. And others may not understand it. Others may actually discourage you from it. But then there'll be others that are watching you be undeterred by the discouragement and say, I respect that. He really believes that. And they'll start to believe because you believe. And that person will start asking you questions. And when they ask you those questions, going back to what I said before, you have to have the knowledge to explain it to them. It's one thing to be excited. Again, motivation, inspiration without education leads to frustration. You have to be able to educate them on it, not just inspire them, not just motivate them, but they have to be educated. Because if you don't educate them, it stops right there. Your community stops in its tracks right there. Yeah, they'll be able to get a couple of people in because they're excited. But then after the excitement wears off, your community starts to die because they're not educated. That is so important. You have to educate them with consistency. That's why we do these calls. Consistency. That's why we do an update every week. Consistency. That's why I'm always doing this with Frank and Jay. Consistency. You have to find your consistency. Your consistency is studying. Your consistency is reading. Your consistency is talking to people. Your consistency is not allowing your personal issues to interfere with your business and always show forth the image that you want to portray in your community. You're having a bad day? So what? Suck it up. People are requiring you to be a certain person. You're having something's going on in your life? Okay, you deal with it, but you keep it separate from your community, especially if you're the type of person that can't handle the emotional side of it. You have to be consistent. When somebody calls TW, they know what they're going to get. They know the energy that they're going to get. Keeping your energy is consistent. That's probably what's more important for you guys, all right? Promise of a better personal outcome for all members at every level. When we put this together, we put it together with a promise that there will be a personal benefit for all members. In order to build a community, they have to see, the people that are joining your community have to see a personal benefit for them. There's people that have 5, 6, 1,000, 100 tokens in their wallet. The personal benefit of this community succeeding is the value of those tokens that they're holding. That's important. So we all are invested. And the personal benefit is not, and this is what I learned. I read this a long time ago. I can't remember what book I read it from or where I read it from, but it is so true. It talks about success and the road to success. And it said something simple, that it's not about getting there. It's about who you became in order to get there. That was so important to me. And as I get older, I started to realize how true that is. It's not about the destination. Yes, once PunkPanda, the app is ready, the token is listed, the token price is going up, everybody's having fun, but guess what? Who you become in the process, thank you, Jay. Who you become in the process, that is the most important thing. And if you do not take the time to become in the process, I'm telling you right now, you're leaving something on the table. You heard what I just said. You're leaving something on the table if you miss out on that. If you miss out on becoming, if you focus on getting versus becoming, you focus on having versus becoming, you'll miss the whole boat. You're leaving food on the plate. Because the reward is not in having, it's what you had to become to get it. That is what your reward is. All right? Whew. So, great leaders. Every community has great leaders, charismatic leaders, leaders that can communicate, leaders that can show forth what the program is about, leaders that can speak and articulate. This is what you're supposed to be. And again, becoming. This is what you'll become. Listen, you'll study this thing. You'll look at this thing. You'll read this thing. You'll be on a Telegram group reading all the comments and go, I don't want to be like that. I want to be like this. This guy gets it. This guy don't get it. Whoa. I don't want leaders like this in my organization because somebody hasn't taught them. And you'll say, you know what? This is what I got to become in order to make this work. I want to challenge you. I want everybody, if you're not on a Telegram group, somebody put the Telegram community group in there. If you're not on the Telegram group, go to the Telegram group. Spend 1 hour reading all the way up until you can't read no more. And then ask yourself the question, what type of group do you want? What type of community do you want? Do you want the type of community that's going to ask the same questions over and over and over? Or do you want the type of communities that's going to go get the answers? That's going to go read the information? Do you want the type of community that you're building leaders that's teaching your community? What type of community do you want? That's what leadership is. Sitting back saying, what kind of leader do I want to be? Because guess what? If you are the avatar of your own community. Whatever you do, they're going to do times 10. They're going to pick up all your bad habits and none of your good ones. Think about that. Community, you have to have skin in the game. Oh, no. You can't tell people, oh, this, that, and you don't have $50 on that farm. You can't tell them how great this project is and you have no skin in the game. Now, $50 for some people might be a tall task, but there's other ways to put skin in the game. There's other ways to commit. There's get on the Telegram group, volunteer your time answering questions. Support every meeting, be in the chats. Have some skin in the game. Dedicate yourself to be to every single meeting that you know about, whether it's Crossline, your organization, or somebody else. Be there. Have some skin in the game. So that when somebody asks you, well, if you think it's all this good, then what are you doing? Oh, well, look, I'm on every single call. I'm in the chat. Like there's a person, Barbara Jean, every single time she's on, she's the first one in the chat, letting us know she's from Chicago. Then there's people that are in the farm, promoting the farm. There's people that's building the organizations and the apps. There's people that are helpful to the corporation overall, volunteering their times in the Telegram groups. This is so important. You have to have skin in the game or nobody will ever believe you. And if they don't believe you, they don't trust you. And if they don't trust you, they won't follow you. Knowing each other's touch points. We have to know each other in the community. Again, we're neighbors. We have to know that we're all from different countries, all from different continents, different cultures, different religions. So we have to know how to interact with each other. That's so important. Knowing how to interact with each other. All right? And I'm gonna keep it moving because time is running. We have to be able to entice people for recruitment. What does that mean? We have to grow the community. We have to grow the community. Because if you don't entice people to join, then what are we doing here? If you don't have enough information, enough excitement, enough inspiration, enough skin in the game, enough trustworthiness, if you can't show them how they can benefit from this, then guess what? You can't bring anybody in. And that's what the whole thing of building community is. You have to bring people. We need new people to come in. So everybody should have their own community. What does your community look like? We want our community to be 1 billion, the Punk Panda community. How many of those billions do you want? Right? Gotta make it fun. We gotta have fun. And we always have to go towards something that's bigger than us. Ladies and gentlemen, this Punk Panda project is bigger than TW, Marcus, Albert, Jay, Frank. It's bigger than all of us. It's bigger than your leaders. It's bigger than Token. It's bigger than everything. What we're trying to do is bring billions of people to cryptocurrencies. So people who didn't have education on it will have education on it. And that's what we need. We need you guys to help. It's going to be the community that does this. We can only set this up to a certain degree. Without you guys, we can't do it. And that's why the last thing I'm going to talk about is showing appreciation. You'll never hear me come on a call and not give thanks and appreciation to you. You'll never hear me get on a call and not say, I appreciate you guys, because it's you guys that made these things happen. All the time. Because I understand that in order to build a community, you have to have an appreciation for the team, appreciation for the people, to the smallest to the biggest. I thank the leaders, I thank corporate, and I thank you guys. And I thank the guy who has 9 tokens in his wallet and 16 people in his group. It's all the same to me. Because without you guys, I wouldn't even be here speaking right now. So with that being said, that's all I want to talk about. And I just want to just make sure that we all understand being patient is the most important thing. I take it not lightly to stand before you guys. I love you guys. This is an amazing project that we have some amazing people that's on board. As Jay said, from crypto.com to Josh Jedi, Craig. these guys are so amazing. And then the caliber of people, as far as Albert and Marcus, these guys have all been successful in so many different things, and we're coming together as a juggernaut to bring something to the world that we believe that can actually make real change in the world. Jay, if you want to,
Mr. TW, Mr. John Collins want to say a few words, very few words.
John. Okay, hold on. I gotta make John a co-host. 1 second. Here you go, John.
Letting me, oh, there we go, got it. TW, I just want to thank you, what you brought today. I'm telling you, I didn't go to church today, but I'm telling you, I got a way more here today than I would have got if I would have went to church, because everything you said, man, everything you said was so powerful, seriously. And even if there was no Punk Panda and I came here, I would have got I got $10,000 worth of value from what you said today. If I could just go home today and implement everything you said, my whole world would change, because it was so true and so powerful. So I just want to thank you seriously for what you brought. It reminded me again of things that are so important and just so important in life in general, just in living life and caring about other people and giving more than we take. Those are such powerful, powerful things. And, just to know that when we come into the Punk Panda community, that's the quality of education. That's the quality of people. That's the quality of what this is about, is so, so important. And, it makes me so proud to be part of this community. And man, I'm so grateful. Okay, I'm telling you, I was just going writing that stuff down. That TJ, you preach it, brother. It was so good, honestly, so, so good. And I am so thankful. Seriously, I can't tell you how thankful I am that Punk Panda has people like you at the helm that are driving this thing and running it, and people with integrity, people that care about others, and people that want to see others win. Guys, that is so important, just to have a heart to see others win. And man, I'm just so grateful that I get to be part of this, but more importantly, get to be part of this community, because I so believe in the people behind this. And to me, that's everything. So TW, thank you again. And thank you, Jay, and everybody, Frank, everybody that's worked so hard, so many leaders here. I mean, you guys are building the community, and you're building the character of the community, which is so cool. And just bless you guys. That's all I need to say today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. With that, we're going to end the recording, and I'm going to come back and answer some questions. And I got a couple more minutes before I have to get going.